Prepare yourself for what is coming. Only the strong will survive. We are headed into right now a total psychological and spiritual war. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to do to stay spiritually, mentally, and emotionally strong in these unprecedented times. My name is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. If you haven't yet, my free success hypnosis is right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below in the description and pinned to the comments right there down below, so you can go ahead and grab that for free. Now, let's dive right into this video. We're in unprecedented times right now in human history, and I think you probably know what I'm talking about. Now, for the gatekeepers of the internet, we'll stay away from the details of it, and let's talk about the important things. What are the important things here? As Wayne Dyer once said, you can either be a host to God or hostage to your ego. Now let's talk about what the ego is. At the end of the day, it's our sense of self that thinks it's disconnected from everything and mostly lives in a neurotic level of fear and worry. The way our culture is set up and the way we've been trained in our society is to focus on ourselves purely as individuals. There's a great documentary, it's called The Century of Self. It's about Edward Bernays, the nephew of Sigmund Freud, and how he used propaganda in order to basically create a narcissistic, consumer-oriented culture and get people to buy everything that they didn't need. Now, when we look at this as a whole, we go, you can be a host to God or a hostage to your ego. The control systems of the world want you to stay in fear. They want us to argue with each other. They want us to stay in doubt. They want us to stay in worry. And they want us to be in a place of vulnerability where we hope something saves us out here. Big government, big institutions, the list goes on and on. This cycle has repeated itself through history many times. Or you could be a host to God. And when you're a host to God, you recognize a few very important things. You are not separate from God in any way. No one can convince you otherwise. Anyone who convinces you otherwise has another agenda. When you become a host to God, you recognize you can only be in one frequency pattern at one time. You can't be on 100.7 FM radio and 88.7 talk show radio at the same time. You can't listen to country and rap at the same time on your car stereo. You get one frequency, that's it. You can't be in fear and God at the same time. People say you can't be in fear or love. Let's get rid of the love and let's go straight to God. You can't be in fear and God at the same time. So if you're looking around at the insanity of the world and you're looking at around at your freedoms being crushed, maybe you lost your job, maybe you lost your business, maybe you're just concerned, you're getting anxious, you're feeling alone. This is when you go within yourself. And this is when you recognize that you are not separate from God. This is when you recognize you're more than a body. This is when you recognize you incarnated here into this dimension for a certain lesson. Everyone's lesson is different, but you incarnated for a certain lesson, perhaps numerous lessons. So you can ask yourself, what is God trying to teach me here? What is the universe trying to teach me here? What's so important for me to learn? Why am I here in this crazy world? It might be that your purpose is creativity, your purpose is art. It might be your purpose is love. I don't know what yours is. But we're all here for a reason. And there's nothing to be afraid of. Why would we be afraid if we know that the next dimensions are far grander and greater than this one? In fact, I'm pretty excited, to be honest with you. Can't wait to get out of this place. No, I'm just joking. But think about this. You can't be on two frequency patterns at one time. And if you look at the whole of society, either I think it's intentional, but even if you don't think it's intentional and you're not as conspiracy oriented, the whole of society is built off perpetuating fear. There's been so many psychological studies that shown that the most viral content is always fear-based content. Why? Because people are more likely to click something that is fear-based. We know this for an absolute certainty. So the way the algorithms are set up on all the social platforms, on the search engine platforms, it's to push the content that gets the most clicks. What content gets the most clicks? Fear. Why does the news always scare you every single day, all the time? Hello, this is Bill with the 6 o'clock news. 18 people died and you might be next. But first, here's a commercial from Big Pharma, our sponsor today. Hey, are you having issues? Are you having problems? You need to call your doctor and get this thing today. Hi guys, I'm back. This is Bill here. And there's been a lot of people dying lately. There's bombs going off. There's a lot of things for you to be afraid of, and you might be next. And it just goes on and on and on. It's not by accident, it's by design, because the way to keep human attention if I scared you every single day, I'd get way more views. Because you'd listen. You get a visceral reaction in your nervous system. It makes you feel alive, and you keep listening. Maybe not you specifically because you're more awake, but in general, that's how it works. But what's there to be afraid of? The way evil wins, whatever evil is to you, it's if you stay on its wavelength. Think about it in a dependent relationship, right? An abusive relationship. How does the abuser win? They have to keep the person in fear. They have to keep the person from never finding out that they're better than they thought. They have to keep the person psychologically down. They have to distort their self-image. It's the only way they keep them in the control system of the abusive relationship. And that's how society works. Our self-images, our beliefs of ourselves, so far as our own ideas of who we really are. This whole system is designed to keep you in a little box of fear. So take a deep breath in and out. And invite God into your life right now. Whatever Alan Watts says, you can't get wet by the word of water. I don't care what you call it. But invite spirit into your life. Invite energy. Invite cosmic power. Invite love into your life right now. Invite something greater than yourself into your life right now. It happens instantly. Ask and you receive. It's instant. It happens right away. Because you can't be in two frequencies at one time. All the energy that ever was and ever will be is 100% evenly present in all places at all times. I'll say it slower. All the energy that ever was and ever will be is 100% evenly present at all places at all times. That's not a new age saying. That science tells us that. That is a scientific fact. So what does that tell us? If all the energy that ever was and ever will be already exists right now, then that means you already have that connection to something greater than yourself. You can already step out of fear and into strength. And when we move from this, that's when we invite the part that Jesus says that we're in the world but not of it. When we're of the world, everything's a threat. It's so scary what's happening. But when we're not of this world, everything that's happening is secondary. None of it controls our mind. None of it controls our spirit. None of it controls our energy. We see it for what it is. We recognize we're here for a reason. But we know that it goes on further than this. And we know there's nothing to be afraid of. Why would there be? So take a breath right now. Another breath. Put a smile on your face. And when you do this, you win. We win. This is why they killed Jesus. I mean, whether it's metaphorical or not, who cares? Think about it. The Roman Empire, this big, terrible empire, conquering everybody, debasing their currency by clipping their gold coins and then cycling them back out, burning off the rest of the gold and silver, stealing people's money, creating this entire control system. And Jesus is like, hey guys, we're not controlled by any of this. We're actually in this world, but we're not of it. And you don't need any of these power structures. And they're like, we gotta kill this guy. That's why Bill Hicks says, We have all these great people that come along, and what do? We kill those people. Because it's this psychotic control system of our world that's afraid of people like you that wake up. But that's how we win. Once we're on our true self frequency, once we're on the God frequency, that's always available because energy is never created or destroyed. That's when we win. That's when we wake up. That's when we break out of the debt servitude of credit cards. That's when we break out of the psychological servitude of Hollywood. That's when we break out of the spiritual and mental servitude of the record label system. That's when we break out of the entire system into self-realization. And that's when the game changes. That's when your life changes. That's when you realize there's nothing to be afraid of. That's when you realize you can create your dream business. That's when you realize you can create your dream nonprofit movement. You can truly impact the world in a positive way. You could change your family's life. You can make more money than you thought. You can heal yourself. You can uplift your energy. Find yourself to be a happier, healthier person than you ever imagined. This is the game. This is how we emotionally prepare ourselves for everything that's happening in the world right now. Disidentify yourself with who you see in the mirror. It's not who you are. When you go fly to Texas and you rent a car and you drop the rental car back off, you never go, "Oh my God, my car's gone. My car's gone." They'd be like, "Hey freak, that's a rental car." You don't attach to it like that. Well, your body's your rental car for your soul here in this dimension for a little while. Look beyond what you see in the mirror. And when you look beyond what you see in the mirror, you find yourself to be a more powerful person than you ever imagined. Once you're inspired by a great purpose, as Patanjali, the creator of the Yoga Sutra, said, once you're inspired by a great purpose, you find yourself to be more powerful than you ever imagined. All of your bonds, barriers, and limitations break. I said in another video, it's what William Blake said. He said that once the doors of perception are cleansed, everything will appear as it is, infinite. How could it not be infinite if energy is never created or destroyed? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to share this video with someone. This is an important message right now. Put this on social media, text it, email it to a friend, and watch this again, especially if you've had a hard time recently. Watch this again. Find the spiritual strength to keep going. For yourself, but something even larger for yourself, for the universe, for your family, for your friends, for your children. Show other people the way. We've been so conditioned in our world. So many people don't have the tools. They feel helpless. Show them the way by example. So share this video. Right there down below is my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. We've been so programmed with crappy belief systems from everyone around us our whole lives. Well, we get motivated by a YouTube video. We get jacked up. We get excited. But motivation doesn't change our life. We have to go to the subconscious. And right there down below is my free subconscious hypnosis to reprogram your mind so you can attract what you want and you can finally tap into your potential. All you got to do is just listen to it for a couple minutes every single day. It's free. It's right there down below in the description and pinned to the comments. Over 1 million people from all over the world have downloaded it, which is insane in and of itself over the last, 5-6 years or something like that. So make sure you hit the like button and give me a comment down below. Is this a crazy conspiracy? Is this important to you? Does this message speak to you right now? I think this is an important thing that we need to know. And I think when we know this, we break the algorithms, we break the control systems, we break the fear systems. And that's when we start to see the shift. That's when we start to see a happier, healthier, more connected world, more spiritually oriented world, more awake world, one with less fear. And we realize, man, we don't have anything to be afraid of anymore. Nobody, no thing, none of them can stop us. So let me know in the comments right there down below what you think, and I'll see you next time.